Years after a global catastrophe, young Furiosa and her sister Valkyrie live in the green place of many mothers. Their peaceful existence is shattered when a group of biker raiders discovers their home. As Furiosa tries to sabotage their vehicles, she is captured. Her mother, Mary Jo Bassa, attempts a rescue but fails to stop the raiders from reaching the camp of warlord Dementus. Furiosa wounds one raider before he reveals their home's location, but Dementus captures her, hoping to use her knowledge of the green place. That night, Mary sneaks into the camp and frees Furiosa, but they are spotted. Mary stays behind to cover Furiosa's escape, but is captured and brutally killed. Dementus forces Furiosa to watch her mother's execution before taking her prisoner again. Dementus leads his biker horde to the Citadel, a fortified outpost with abundant water and crops. He tries to incite a rebellion against its leader, Immortan Joe, but Joe's warboys crush Dementus's forces. Despite this, Dementus successfully besieges Gastown, an oil-rich settlement, and demands supplies from the Citadel. Joe agrees on the condition that Dementus gives him Furiosa as a wife, to which Dementus reluctantly agrees. Years pass, and Furiosa, disguised as a boy to avoid attention from Joe's son, Rictus Erectus, grows up working as a mechanic. She oversees the construction of a war rig, a heavily armored supply vehicle. During a supply run, Furiosa and the driver, Praetorian Jack, are the only survivors of a raid. Jack, impressed by her skills, makes her his second in command, and they eventually fall in love, planning to escape together. Dementus's mismanagement of Gastown strains relations with the Citadel and Bullet Farm, a weapons and ammunition supplier. On a supply run to Bullet Farm, Furiosa and Jack are ambushed by Dementus. They abandon the war rig and flee, but Dementus catches them. Jack is tortured and killed, and Furiosa escapes by amputating her injured arm. She returns to the Citadel and fits herself with a mechanical prosthetic. Furiosa launches a solo assault on Dementus, killing him in revenge. The exact details of his death are shrouded in mystery, with his body reportedly buried under a tree at the Citadel. For her bravery, Furiosa is made an imperator and the driver of a new war rig. She later meets Joe's 5 wives, the splendid Angharad, Toast, Cheeto, Capable, and the Dag, and secretly plans their escape during a supply run. Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, concludes precisely where Mad Max Fury Road begins, creating a seamless narrative bridge. Directed by George Miller and co-written with Nico Lathouris, the film introduces both new and familiar characters, focusing on Furiosa's early life and the harsh realities of the wasteland that shaped her. Reviews have been predominantly positive, particularly praising Anya Taylor-Joy's portrayal of Furiosa and Chris Hemsworth's villainous Dementus. The film's climax sees Furiosa escaping from Dementus and his men, who had brutally killed her ally, Praetorian Jack. Dementus's ambition to dominate the wasteland leads him to seize the Bullet Farm, aiming to lure Immortan Joe into a conflict to capture the Citadel. After escaping a perilous motorbike ring, Furiosa warns Joe, sparking a 40-day war between Joe's forces and Dementus's army. During this time, Furiosa crafts a new mechanical arm and hunts down Dementus, who taunts her. Instead of killing him, Furiosa captures Dementus and plants her mother's peach seed in his flesh. Over time, a tree grows from him, symbolizing life sprouting from death and revenge. George Miller skillfully ties Furiosa's ending to the beginning of Mad Max Fury Road. Furiosa is shown leading Joe's wives to her war rig, initiating her escape plan. This connection makes Furiosa feel like a continuous story, with the ending of Furiosa effectively serving as the prologue to Fury Road. Although different accounts suggest various fates for Dementus, Furiosa's decision to let him live while bound to a tree serves as poetic justice. It ensures that Dementus, who brought death and destruction, now ironically nurtures life, linking him to the green place's preservation. Furiosa's journey contrasts with the themes of Fury Road. While Fury Road revolves around hope and the possibility of a better future, Furiosa is driven by hatred and revenge. Her life in the wasteland, the death of her mother, and the loss of Praetorian Jack fueled her desire for vengeance against Dementus. However, by the events of Fury Road, Furiosa has found hope and the strength to orchestrate a daring escape, showing her evolution from despondency to determination. The post-credits scene of Furiosa hints at more stories within the Mad Max universe, showing Nux's bird bobblehead, suggesting future explorations of other characters' backstories. George Miller's ability to seamlessly connect Furiosa to Mad Max Fury Road opens the door for potential prequels, including possibly exploring Max's origin story. Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, not only deepens the lore of the franchise, but also promises further expansion, leaving fans eager for what's next in the Mad Max universe. Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, stands out as one of the best films I've watched in the cinema so far in 2024. While the storyline doesn't break new ground in terms of Hollywood plots, it managed to keep me engrossed from start to finish. The real highlights of the movie are the relentless vehicle chase scenes and intense action sequences. Despite the abundance of these high-octane moments, they never felt excessive or overdone. The execution of these scenes is commendable, seamlessly blending powerful action with fluid storytelling. Chris Hemsworth delivers a notable performance, bringing to life a character who is both utterly ruthless and childishly eccentric. His portrayal strikes the perfect balance between psychotic menace and loony behavior, avoiding the pitfall of coming across as trying too hard. Hemsworth's performance is both memorable and impactful. Anya Taylor-Joy shines in her role as the leading lady, embodying an intense and fiery character. Her performance is driven more by action than dialogue, and she effectively conveys the strength and determination of Furiosa through her physicality and expressions. The narrative itself, while not entirely original, flows smoothly from one chapter to the next. Each scene transitions naturally, avoiding any sense of being rushed or disjointed. The visual aesthetics of the film also deserve praise. The color tones beautifully capture the hot and barren post-apocalyptic world that the characters inhabit. Furiosa is a thrilling and visually stunning film that I highly recommend. Despite a familiar storyline, the film's exceptional action sequences, strong performances, and seamless narrative flow make it a must-watch.